Hey, what's up, YouTube?
Hello, guys.
Hey, so last week we did an awesome thing and put out to the world that we want to start a series, Mingle with the Millers. You guys kind of flooded us with questions, so we are appreciative of that. And we want to say thank you.
Thank you. And a lot of the questions are repetitive, so we just kind of try to compile a list. And some of them we'll probably wait to answer in another segment. So oh my God.
Ow now, brown cow.
Okay, ow now, brown cow.
No, say it like you mean.
Ow now, brown car. I got it. Okay.
See?
So a lot of the questions and comments were really repetitive. So we just compiled a list of, I think, 10 questions.
For sure.
You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
I have them on my phone. So one of the questions is, how do you find things to do with such busy schedules?
I think that's tough and easy at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because right now we don't have kids.
I think Brandy does a really good job of scheduling things, especially on the weekends. So that helps. We also do the fam cal.
Oh yeah, we have the family calendar that we use to manage our time on a weekly, daily basis. So that really does help a lot. So we have to be really, really intentional about our content and making sure that we're creating quality content for you guys. Like now, today, Tuesday? We usually film on Saturdays, but Saturday we had a lot going on. We had a lot of spring cleaning, and then Sunday I had a baby shower. So we just had a lot to do this weekend.
Yeah, so scheduling is key, and making sure that we're on the same page as far as communication. We communicate and we talk, and not having kids helps a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna go into our second question, which says, how long did you guys date before you got married?
Dated twice.
No, 3 times.
3 times. Wow. Tell them about it, babe.
You don't want me to tell them.
So,
but the first time we dated, you remember we lived in Albany. The second time,
lived in Macon. Yeah. Okay, so that is 3 times. We've known each other about 10 years now.
Yes.
First time, we were pretty young, and it was fun. Second time, the second time was a little bit more serious, and then the last time we just had to go ahead and make that thing official.
So we dated about, all in all, the last time when we decided to take things to the next level was 4.5 years. Yeah, 4.5 years. Alrighty, so our next question says, how do you keep things fresh?
I know for me, I just always like to think about what she would like. Okay, I see you. For me, I like giving gifts. One of my biggest things, and about my personality is I'm a giver. I like to keep it fresh with flowers, pop-up dates. I like to perform within her love language. So for her love language is acts of service. So I may just make sure one of the chores that needs to be done around the house is done by the time she gets home, so that way she can relax. We definitely like date night. We're like the date couple.
And yeah, for me, it's the same. So understanding what makes him tick. So just understanding his love language and being able to speak to that and being able to meet his expectations, but try my best to exceed his expectations. And always surprises, right? So everyone likes surprises.
It helps that we don't have kids.
I guess all of this is going to be out the window when we do have them, huh?
We're going to be done when we have kids.
All right. What has been the best change since marriage? I wouldn't even say it's a change. I guess for me, I'm glad that everything stayed consistent. Like, before, he was a consistent guy, went above and beyond to make sure that I was happy, ensuring that everything we needed for the household was done, making sure that I was his priority. So I guess for me, it's not really a change, so to speak, but I'm just glad that everything either stayed consistent or it got even better.
I think one of the things that kind of changed is the communication. I think you have I think you have this epiphany that we got plenty of time. You know what I mean? Like, this is forever, so it relieves some of the pressure of the dating thing, because you're not necessarily trying to impress. You're trying to build. That change in communication and the way she accepts how I communicate with her and the way I accept how she communicates with me has been a big thing in our relationship, and it's been great. It's really been a good change.
And for all you women who are out there who are kind of struggling with submission or trusting in a mate or in your man, I think for me it was another level of submission and another level of trust that came with it. I feel a lot more confident in our marriage and where we're going, and it's great that my husband has a vision for our family. It's great that he has a vision and he knows where we want to go and he knows what to do to get us there. And not only just do that, but actually, carry me along for the ride too. Yeah, another one of the greater things that happened since we got married.
No, that's sweet.
I tried.
Probably got lipstick on.
Oh, this lip gloss. Okay, so the next question. What has been the greatest challenge? We cannot, and I know people say this all the time, you cannot stress it enough how important communication is.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be mine.
Yeah, it's important, but it also can be a challenge.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, if you're not open to it or if you're not used, marriage brings out a deeper level of communication. It's just a deeper level of communication that we had to really, really be and continue to be intentional about.
Yeah, I agree. The communication is key. The thing about it is you're different people, and so you communicate differently. Not only that, we decided to, marry after we're fully matured, and so some of the things that I would normally not communicate to anyone. Same thing for her. Now you have to because you're attached to this person and you owe a level of respect to them, and so the communication piece is very important, and it's definitely a challenge sometimes, even to the point where we don't even
have to say something.
Yeah. Right. You already know what I'm thinking.
You're right.
Just like then, that just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
So the next question says, how was dating before marriage? We were in a long distance relationship.
We initially met in Albany, and we dated for a little bit, and we actually became really good friends. Yeah, we were just really good friends for the longest. And then a few years passed, and then we got into a pretty serious relationship. But I was near the Savannah area.
Well, no, you were in Macon.
Oh yeah, initially I was in Macon.
Right.
And then my job relocated me down to the Savannah area. The entire time she was still in Atlanta. And that was work. That was some of the toughest parts of our relationship because constantly either me driving up here to Atlanta or her driving down to the Savannah area.
But we made the best of it.
Yeah, we made it. We had fun doing it, though.
We had fun.
We had the beach one week because of where I was, and then we had all of the city life on the weekends and whatever days I had off.
I guess not being able to see each other every day. And then trying to play catch up. The normal long distance relationship type of issues. But it was no trust issues, thank God.
My issue was the catch up game, right? It's like, I hadn't seen you in a week, and now I feel like
everything we want to do.
Right. Which put extra pressure and extra tension on the relationship, and probably made it a little less natural than it should have been at first.
Because like you said, you're trying to just do everything in 2.5 days, but we made it through.
I feel like all of that stuff that we have gone through, it's put us in a great position to actually be married.
The next question says, how did you know that he or she was the one?
God told me.
Literally,
yeah, for real. Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, I know I had never in my life met anyone that loved me the way that he did and did the things for me that he did. And so I was a mess emotionally, and just he really, really took the time and was patient with me and just really, really showed his true self during that time or forever. So anybody, I felt like that anyone that was, able to kind of stick with me and kind of see things through past our point of where we were was definitely worth.
And I thought she was wifey material, and after getting to know her, I thought she was real cool. But when it got really serious for me, I kind of was in a crossroads in life, and I could only think about her. Even after a bunch of conversations with some of my buddies and homeboys, and people have a lot of stuff to say about going back to a certain situation. But I couldn't see it any other way, and I felt like that was a calling or a purpose for Brandy and I to be together, and that was really strong and on my heart. Honestly, I told her from the beginning when we started dating for the last time.
3 times a charm.
Right. When we started dating for the last time, I told her, I was like, I'm at this point. I want to marry you. I don't think that this is gonna happen tomorrow. Obviously, we did our full due diligence and went through all the growing pains of 4.5 years of dating. You know, I told her from the jump, like, hey, this is what I want to do. I'll show you. So she would fight me though, y'all.
Stoney wanted to be in.
She had me on the ropes. I came back out swinging though.
Stoney been trying to get our attention for the whole time.
Stoney a mess.
Okay, so the next question says, what keeps your marriage going when at times it seems as if it's going to break? Thank God we ain't got to that point yet.
I just think about everything we've been through. Like, you can't get that up. Like, you done did all this work. You done made all these sacrifices. If you think about the issue or whatever you're having, it ain't as big as all of that stuff you've been through. So for me, it's just about having a level head and saying, hey, you know, I'm here for a reason. I have a purpose on my life and over my marriage. And the obvious thing to do is to, you know, stop acting like a butthole, communicate, and work through whatever the situation is.
So what if we were to get to that point? What would be the things or the tools that we can pull out of our tool belt and say, okay?
So, you know, for me, I'm a strong believer in prayer. You know, I would want to make sure that we, you know, prayed. And, you know, growing up from the country, family that prays together stays together. Secondly, just being level-headed. I think emotions are the devil sometimes. Bringing clarity to whatever situation through communication with my wife, that's going to be the key for me whenever if we ever reach a crossroads. If we ever reach a crossroads.
Yeah.
And then lastly, you know, I just want to lean on the passion. I feel like, you know, everybody's been in a relationship before, but, you know, you get mad, you get upset, but sometimes passion can save it. For me, I believe in that. You got to lean on your passion. So if you don't know what else to do, go show your wife or your husband some love. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, that sounds good. Love on them. That sounds good now, but when you're in a situation where it's just like, I could just rip your head off, you know.
I don't care about that. I always still want to. I don't care how mad I am. It's better when you're mad. I don't care how mad I am. I still want to touch on you.
So our last question is, how did you all meet? How did we meet? Well, back in no, you said you first saw me.
Yeah, so I initially saw her first.
I didn't see her.
I was in the barbershop just sitting in the chair getting a cut, and I didn't even realize you were in there at first. And she was sitting over to the side reading a magazine.
I thought you said I was in the chair.
No, you were reading a magazine. Maybe that was the second time. I saw you twice in the barbershop. Anyway, she's sitting there reading a magazine. I'm in the chair, right? Getting a cut. And leaves. I'm still there. I go and ask Travis, who's the guy that cut her hair consistently. I'm like, you know, who was that? You know? He told me her name, and I was like, okay, well, cool. I was like, you know what she do? Because she looked like a teacher. I said, good and wholesome, boy. She look like a teacher, boy. I said, I might need that in my life. And then I called my partner, actually my cousin, after I left the shop and was like, man, I just seen wifey, bro. That's wifey material right there. And he was like, you hollered at her? I was like, nah, but but the barber gonna put me on.
He was not putting you on.
Nah, I think he wanted to get on. Anyway, so then we actually randomly bumped into each other.
My friend, it was really random. I think I remember this being around Christmas time. My friend, Shayla, she actually came. She called me. She's like, you know, come to Circuit City with me. I'm like, first of all, Circuit City, you know it. This is the old story. We've been talking about Circuit City. So, and I hate stores like that. Like, I hate stores like that. And so she was just like, just come on. I'm trying to find a TV. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll come up there with you. I don't have anything else going on. So we just looking around at the TVs and everything. And my friend, I think it was Shayla, she just kept saying, oh, that cute guy keep looking at you. And I'm like, whatever. I don't know. Leave me alone. Like,
I was like, oh, that's the chick from the barbershop. She was just walking here. I was with a whole nother customer.
And so my other friend, she was just like, oh, yeah, I think he's looking at you. I'm like, well, tell him to come over here. I need some discounts for this TV I want.
I should have known then.
And so you came over and you were asking about the TV and you were asking.
Well, actually, what happened was I was the manager at the Circuit City. And so one of my guys was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and help these ladies. And I was like, nah, chill, fall back. I'm going to go help them myself. He was like, oh, you sure, boss? I was like, yeah, I got this.
They probably like, you don't never help nobody.
Right, that's exactly what it was. So we still didn't jump, though.
No.
I didn't jump, rather.
Right.
I didn't jump.
So he gave me the discount on the TV and a camera because I remember I was buying my niece a camera for Christmas.
Right.
It was Christmas.
You
yeah,
get a camera.
It was Christmas time, and so he gave me a really deep discount on the TV and on the camera. We were wheeling the TV out and everything. So Shayla was like,
"This is where it get interesting."
Yeah, Shayla was like, "You should have given him your number. You should have gave him your number." Da, da, da. And I'm like, girl, I was like, okay. So I had my business card with me because I was a bank manager at the time, and I was like, you know, right now, I wrote down my phone number and my name and everything. Well, my name was already. I put my phone number on there, and I was like, Shayla, here, you know, run in there and give it to him because I was so shy.
So let me tell you how far I went with it. Something else I never did at work, which is go back into the warehouse portion to actually help load the TV. So what I was gonna do was actually load the TV myself and take the opportunity outside of the store to say something to her. What happened? I don't know how it happened, but I guess I'm walking across the store and I see Shayla, her friend, and I had already written down my number on my business card and was gonna give it to her when I took the TV out. Well, when I saw Shayla, I'm like, hey, is there something, wrong or anything? She was like, oh no, my friend wants me to give you this. I was like, oh wow, I was actually coming to give her this. We literally had the same play. I guess we kind of hollered at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we met.
So he started whining and dining me.
Somewhat. I don't think so. I don't think we were whining and dining. We did more whining and dining the second and third go around than anything. Especially the third. Jesus Christ. I had to get back in there. She made it hard on your brother, boy.
Whatever. So, I mean, this was a really good segment. Our first segment of Mingle with the Millers, right?
Yeah, for sure. I enjoyed it. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure out how often we want to do this segment. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. It just depends. We'll be taking questions. Maybe we'll pick a topic and we'll ask people to submit questions regarding that topic. Just be on the lookout. Even if you submitted a question this time, you're always welcome to submit questions, so don't be afraid.
You may have follow-up questions based on what you heard this time. Yeah.
Yes. So, well, again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share.
Yeah, share it.
And follow us on Instagram at It's Miller Time TV.
The Millers out.
Peace out.